Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another box office update video. It's Sunday, so that means the weekend, of course, for the box office is over. It's the most important couple of days for the box office. And one big thing happened this weekend. No, not Life of the Party. No, I wasn't going to say that joke because she's fat, because I am also a fat man. Not that she's a man, you know what I mean. I am, of course, talking about the Chinese release of Avengers Infinity War, which was huge, of course, but how huge was it? We'll talk about it in a second, but before we get to that, I gotta talk about the weekend for America, then we'll get to the Chinese box office, but we'll go through the top 10 for America really quick, and then we'll get to it, okay? We'll also explain a couple other things that were of note for Avengers Infinity War, and I guess maybe some other movies. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's take a look at the top 10 right here. No, wait, hold on. Make it work here. These are the magic fingers that make the box office appear. Watch this. Wham! There you go. See? All right. There they are. All right. So here's the top 10. Of course, number 1 was Avengers: Infinity War. No big surprise there. It's probably going to be the last time we see it as number 1, because of course next week we have the release of course, Show Dogs, which is going to be huge. And some Deadpool shit. So this is probably the last time we'll see this as number 1, but I don't think it will be the last time we see it in the top 5, baby, because I'm sure it will be number 2 next weekend. Right above Deadpool, which will be number 3. Of course, Show Dogs will be number 1. By the way, Avengers Infinity War made $61 million. It's only a drop of 46% this weekend, which is not a bad drop at all. And actually, it might actually go up a couple of million after the actuals come out for Sunday. Because, of course, they have to predict how much it makes on Sunday. And most of the time when Disney predicts Sunday, they always like to underestimate how much they're going to make. So a couple million more. It might even make like 64 million for the weekend. We'll see. By the way, 61, almost 62 million. Pretty damn good hold. Only 46% drop. Of course, number 2 was Life of the Party, which I've heard is a agonizing experience. I haven't seen it myself. But 18.5 million, that's a Melissa McCarthy movie, so that's not the best opening for a movie like this, which she's a pretty big star, so it should obviously do better. But not too bad. You know, it's about on par with that movie Snatched from last month, last year. When did that come out? I don't know. Whenever that came out, it's about on par with that, if we want to compare it to other female-led comedies. Number 3, of course, we had Breaking In, which I did a review for. If you want to go check that out, go check it out. But I posted a couple days ago. I saw it early because I'm important. I get to see movies early. No, it's my theater was showing it early for some reason. I still had to pay for the ticket. I had to pay to see it. Luckily, I had Movie Pass, so I didn't pay shit. But anyway, Breaking In, it was a meh. It was a meh movie, but it made $16.5 million, so not too bad at all. I'm sure the budget for that was pretty small. I can't see that. You know what? Let's look. See if there's a budget listed here. $6 million. Yeah, so it already made almost 3 times its budget right there. It's doing well. So good job to Breaking In. It wasn't an offensive movie, so I guess that's a positive. It wasn't offensive. It didn't make me want to kill myself. So, hey, considering how bad some movies are out there, that is a positive. So good job. You didn't make me want to slit my wrists this way, not this way, because this way that'll do the job. Don't do that, by the way. That's not good. But anyway, this is a box office video. Let's go back to box office. Number 4 is another female-led movie, which is, hey, there you go, right there. You know, everybody's like, we need more female-led movies. 4 of the movies in the top 5 are female-led because A Quiet Place, Emily Blunt is actually listed first in the credits. So there you go. There you go, babies. You got them. You wanted it. You got them. All right. So anyway, number 4 is Overboard. It only dropped like 37%, like 31%, I believe, which is a pretty good drop. Or, you know, pretty good hold, I should say. Not pretty good drop. That would be bad if it was a pretty good drop. But Overboard, you know, I don't know. I watched the original. My mom absolutely loves that movie. She is a huge fan of that original movie. And she saw this one. I didn't see it. She said it was great. She really liked the 2 leads. And, yeah, it looked inoffensive. I just didn't want to see it. That's really what what it came down to. I didn't want to see it. It did good. It's doing very well. It's holding pretty well. So sequel? I don't know how they'll do a sequel. This time the wife falls down and forgets who she is. Oh, who am I? Isn't that the original? That's the original movie. They just switched it for this one. Now it's the man that forgets who he is, and then the woman snatches him up. Because if you did it the other way around nowadays, people would get upset. You'd see all these hashtags on Twitter. It'd be a nightmare. But it should be a complete nightmare. Anyway, number 5 is A Quiet Place, which dropped only... Whew, that is a good drop. Only 17%, baby. This movie's fucking rocking it. It's rocking it. All right? I love this movie. I really do. It's still my favorite movie of this year. Sure, it has some problems when it comes to, like, logic, I guess. Yeah, a lot of people were like, why is there all the stuff written in the background? Huh? Why did this character do this? Because, you know, in a movie, a character can't make a flaw, because if they do, then it's a plot hole. That's pretty much how most people critique stuff like this. It's just that they always act like it's a fucking plot hole or something, like, because someone did something that they wouldn't do, even though they don't know what the fuck they would do in a situation like these characters are in. So I don't see how you can even compare it. Whatever. Anyway, Quiet Place is a great movie. I've talked about it enough. It's been in the top 5 for 5 weeks at this point, I believe. Is that true? 6 weeks? God damn, baby! Good job, Quiet Place. Which I'm definitely not quiet, but I did love that movie. Number 6, I Feel Pretty, another female-led movie. Fuck. 3.7 million, dropped pretty big this weekend. I mean, actually, it dropped relatively small, actually. Only 26%. But for a movie like this, in its 4th weekend, usually those start to drop quick, like, slower, because people are catching up and trying to see it. And, of course, you know, if it makes $5 million on its 5th weekend, next weekend it'll probably make around 3. So it's not always going to be a huge drop. You know, usually you get that huge drop after the first weekend, you know, because everybody saw it that really wanted to see it the first weekend. Then you're going to get the people that are just like, I'll wait to see it in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Or maybe even people that want to rewatch it or whatever, which I don't see how many people want to rewatch any of these fucking movies. Any of these comedies, at least. I Feel Pretty, you know, good job. Rampage is number 7. That dropped only 27%. It is almost at 90 million right now. Not quite, but it's getting there. Oh, I got hiccups. Sorry. Tully dropped only 31%, so that's not too bad of a drop, considering it didn't do too well the first weekend. Made 2.2 million. Number 9, Black Panther, baby. 1.9 million, dropped 40%, which makes sense. It's now on digital, I believe. So if you really wanted to see it, you could just pay the price of a ticket and just pretty much own the movie at this point. And it comes out on Blu-ray this Tuesday, I believe, which I think I'll pick up. Not exactly sure, because I've seen it 3 times in theaters. I don't think I need to see it again anytime soon. And also, I'm still reeling from Avengers Infinity War, which, by the way, saw it the 4th time. My 4th time in theaters this night. I don't even know what I'm saying either. But I saw it in IMAX too, and oh, buddy, oh, so good in IMAX. But yeah, it's a great film, and it's getting really close to that 700 million. Hopefully, it can hold up. I think it will. I think it'll just get over 700 million. If Marvel was smart, they would add more theaters. Like, say, screw it, spend a couple million, even if they're not even going to make that much back, just so they can have another movie that has passed $700 million in domestic. I think only 4 of the movies have, right? You have, no, you only had 2 other movies. You had Star Wars and Avatar. So this would be the 3rd movie. Yeah, they have to. Come on. They only had, they would have 2 of the 3 movies that passed $700 million. So you got to do that domestically. You know, I'm talking about domestic. And number 10 is a movie called RBG, which is a documentary about a punk singer, I believe. I only heard vaguely about this. I've heard it's actually really good, so I'm not surprised that it opened as well as it did. It actually opened way better than I thought. Only in 180 theaters, it made over $1 million. For a documentary, that's pretty damn good. What's out of the top 10? Super Troopers 2 left out the top 10. That's almost at 30 million, so that movie did very well. Isle of Dogs is out of the top 10, but it actually added theaters, so it actually went up a little bit, because it was number 13 before. Now it's 12, and it made $1 million this weekend. So it's almost at 30 million, which is pretty good. Blockers, that's in there. Anything else of note? Ready Player One. Yeah. No. It's Truth of Dare, baby. So anyway, that is it for the top 10 for America. But I also want to talk about Avengers Infinity War, of course, like I said, and I want to talk about that giant Chinese weekend monies that they made, all right? It is the second highest opening movie ever in China. That's what I've heard, at least. And it made 200 right now. This is not the actuals yet. This is just an estimate because the day isn't over in China yet. Well, it might be at this point. I don't know. It made $200 million just in China, which is a little less than I thought. I thought it'd make around, if I had to estimate, I would have said 220 because Avengers in Age of Ultron did $155 million in its first weekend. At least that's what Box Office Mojo says. In its first weekend. And I thought because it's been 3 years since that came out, and since then the Chinese box office has opened up wider, and also it's been hyped up for so long. Age of Ultron didn't have as much hype as this movie did, so I thought this one was going to be huge, which it still was. $200 million is great, and it'll probably end up around 350, maybe even a little bit more, maybe closer to 400 million, which is damn good, and it actually might help this movie get to that $2 billion. Right now it is at $1.6 billion after 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and it just came out in China, baby. Just came out. All right, it's at almost $550 million in America. We'll see if it gets to that tomorrow after the actuals come out. It's at $547 million. And at the foreign box office, it crossed $1 billion there alone. $1.059 billion. It is at $1.6 billion, and we are at, I would say, the home stretch for $2 billion, but that's not true. By next weekend, we'll be at the home stretch. I have a feeling it'll gross another maybe 150, maybe even almost 200 next weekend. We'll see how well it holds up in China. I'm not sure if Deadpool is coming out in China the same day as us. Unless that might be coming out another day, I'm not sure. Same thing for Solo. I'm not sure if that's coming out the same day in China as it is for us. If that is the case, then it'll probably drop harder. Either though, it doesn't matter at this point. 1.6, that's already better than the first Avengers. And we're not even done yet, man. We have at least another 100 million for America alone, and we have at least another like maybe 200 million for foreign. So Disney making that bank, baby. Both Black Panther, I have two fingers up. Both Black Panther and Avengers Infinity War right there. They don't even need to release any other movies. A Wrinkle in Time is forgiven at this point. Yeah, it's forgiven. It's fine. Yeah. Avengers Infinity War worked so hard that I'll be perfectly fine with Wrinkle in Time sucking the major dick. But anyway, there you go. That is the box office. Not really much else to talk about. Let's see. Actually, I want to see if Ready Player One. It's at $573 million worldwide. Okay, I want to see if it maybe crossed 600, but no, it's not even close. A Quiet Place is at $269 million worldwide. It actually passed $100 million foreign. It's at 170 domestic. I feel pretty. Rampage, what is Rampage at? Oh, Rampage is almost at $400 million worldwide, so I would say that's maybe a success. It only costs $120 million, so I wouldn't be surprised if that is considered a success at this point. Black Panther is at $1.34 billion. That's pretty freaking amazing, man. I never thought in a million years that movie would do as well as it did. And that's it. So there you go. I did put up a poll. I guess we could look at that real quick. Asking people what they thought the Chinese opening would be. Oh, by the way, Bad Samaritan dropped hard in its second weekend, which is not a big surprise. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that too, because I actually did see the movie and I thought it was pretty good. That's a shame. I actually really liked it. And the director of the movie, Dean Devlin, actually retweeted me on Twitter, which he did for a lot of people. You know, I'm not special, but it was still cool. All right, so anyway, here's the thing. Yeah, you can see it, but here. It's higher quality nowadays. Anyway, here we go. I said, how much do you think Avengers Infinity War will make in China on its opening weekend? 150 to 174 million, 7%. 175 to 199, 7%. 200 to 224 million, 11%. 225 to 249 million, 11%. And of course, because people were so hyped for the movie, which makes sense, people thought it would make 250 to 300 million dollars. A lot of people did. What was it, 63%? Yeah. And we got some comments. Let's see. I think I replied to a couple of them. All right, let me see. Wolfman's got nards. He said no option for a realistic 110, so I chose 150, 174 million. You're wrong. It was 200. But I understand why he thought that. I don't think it would be that. Yeah, that's me. I said that. 250 to 300 million infinity monies. Yeah, I said that last time. It's the big climax of all the previous Marvel movies, and China loves Marvel movies. Well, they did. Yeah, it was a hit. $200 million is pretty fucking big, and that's just for the first 3 days. China, I mean, it's gonna keep making money. Actually, is that the first 3 days or 2 days? I don't know how China works really. Do they only count the first 2 days, or do they count all 3 days? I'm not sure. I don't know how their box office works, because I think some places only count 2 days, right? I'm not exactly sure. I thought I heard that, but anyway, there you go. There you go. That is the box office update for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it. There you go. Thank you. And of course, until next time, leave a comment and tell me how you are. That's it. Bye. Oh boy.